Liverpool take on Galatasaray in the second round of the Champions League. Here is my starting 11 that I would play in the game. Very hard to predict Arne Slot's team, given the state of this team. A lot of players aren't playing very well at the moment, so who's actually going to play? I'm going to try and predict that as well, but my starting 11's better than Arne Slot's. Better than the Premier League winner last year. No, it's not. But listen, here's my team. Here's my 2P if you're interested. If you are new around here, by the way, make sure you click follow. This is the only place, in my opinion, you'll need to come this year for Liverpool content. Real stuff, honest stuff. Not making anything up. Not screaming for the reaction to try and get a clip. This is the content I would watch, if you know what I'm trying to say. Welcome, and this cold is not shaking, so I'm going to try and work my way through it. I apologise if you can't understand what I'm saying at points. Alisson, I think, starts the game. I don't see a reason Mamardashvili comes in, although Mamardashvili I thought was excellent in the Cup, so if he comes in today in a lesser, I think that's important to say, lesser Champions League game, one of the more winnable games, I think on paper certainly, one of the key points for me is the hostile environment that does come with going away to Turkey. Bit of a short turnaround in terms of travel, but it shouldn't be an issue. And in terms of this team, we've played in environments like this. We've got the characters in the team to go and win this game. I've got no issues at all. I think Van Dijk starts the game next to Joe Gomez, number 2. I think he'll start on the right this time. I don't see a reason that should be different. I don't think Konate should play. I don't think he's actually been very good recently. Maybe last game certainly against Palace. First half, it was awful. So you're not playing him for that reason, form, and also maybe fitness. You need to be conservative here and pick and choose when to play these players. Given now the young man Leone is unfortunately injured for the season, you've got to use these a lot more sparingly. I would see a Robertson coming in cup games, and Endo coming in cup games to allow Gomez and one of Van Dijk or Konate to play in the Champions League, likely Van Dijk. Off the left, I think, is a simple rotation. There might be a lot of breaks in this vid, sorry. So you're kind of rotating Kirkes or dropping him, quote-unquote, because he's not been very good recently. But also you're rotating him with Robertson, giving Kirkes a rest and also playing a player who knows what it takes to win in these European nights. I've got no issues at all with Robertson playing. He's impressed me when he's come in this year. For me, right-back is a bit more tough. I don't think Bradley's had a very good season, particularly this year. Frimpong's been okay, but as a new signing, you can give him take a bit more weight off his shoulders, as in he's still in this kind of transitional phase, as a lot of these players are, these new signings. He's been okay. I don't know if he plays though. I would actually go with Dominic Szoboszlai here. This is an option. The reason I've done it is because of this. Where is he? I don't really play him often, so 17. I would start Curtis Jones. I've got to say, I don't know if he will. I thought actually, because he came off against Palace early on, I thought that would indicate he's starting on the weekend's game. However, he didn't play, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Then he came on, and for me, actually, he was one of our better players. Curtis Jones will always be a polarising player in our team. He always splits opinions. And the main criticism of Jones is that he's not adventurous enough, he's not progressive enough, he goes backwards too much, he goes sideways too much. I think at times you need that. Against Palace, we needed that. We needed someone to keep the ball. You've got to walk before you can run, right? And sometimes we try to run from the off and it's not working. We need someone like this, in my opinion, this kind of game, to just keep the ball on the ground. They're going to, I look at this Galatasaray side and they tend to be like a physical side, and you associate Galatasaray with hostile environment, loads of fouls trying to break you down, certainly playing against a better opposition, Liverpool, who will come and keep the ball as the favourites. We need someone who can get the ball, keep it on the floor, and knock it round. You know what I mean? Keep the momentum going. Galatasaray, I assume, will try and break the play up as much as possible. Listen, they might be a different side to what I grew up watching as a kid. Now, in that they're maybe more progressive, etc. I don't know, but we've got to assume, right? I actually thought in the cup game, when he started the game, I thought he was good, and we looked a worse side when he came off. And then when he came on against Palace, we looked a better team. So Jones gets a deserved start for me, and that might be controversial, but I would play him. I think McAllister's been poor this season. I wouldn't play him. I think there's definitely maybe reasons towards it. He's had a pretty disjointed pre-season. I think his family, he had a kid, didn't he? So pretty disjointed, right? And his head's probably not been in it right now at the moment, but it will come good. McAllister will play well again. If you're writing this player off after his season last year, you're an idiot. Bajcetic won't play, obviously. Naoni won't play. I think Ryan Gravenberch plays in here, and you've got a nice midfield two there, with, of course, Szoboszlai as the right-back, who we've seen what he can do there. This is not an issue at all. It's not like he's just filling in. For me, people need to get that out the red. Szoboszlai, he'll fill in at right-back, he'll fill in at 8. No, he's one of the first names on the team sheet, but where'd you get him in? That's the problem, right? It's like he is playing, but where are you going to play him? So for me, he plays there. I think Arne Slot, actually, I think Arne Slot will play him there, to be honest. I just think he might play McAllister and Gravenberch in a 2, personally. And that's what I think he might do. I am pretty hot on this as a front 4. I've got to say. You might not like this. Salah's off the right for me. Let's assume we're defending, right? Just so I can keep everyone in the same half of the camera. Salah's off the right. Chiesa's through the middle. In a 10. Yeah, in a 10. Where is he? Gakpo's off the left. And Ekitike is up front. That is the 4-2-3-1 I would play against Galatasaray. And again, I've got no idea how this side's going to line up. I can't lie to you, I don't watch them very often. When they're on telly in the Champions League big game, I watch them then, but I don't remember many things from them really. I believe that team's good enough to beat any team that comes up against them. I don't care how you play, I don't care how good they are, I don't care the system they play. I don't care if they want to keep the ball, give the ball. That team's good enough. Chiesa deserves another start, mate. Obviously, he wasn't called up. Excuse me. Obviously, it's going to be a long one, this. Obviously, he wasn't called up to the Champions League squad. Then he unfortunately got not unfortunately for him, but the unfortunate injury to Leone meant he's now called into the squad. I believe he comes straight in after an impressive performance against Southampton. He was our best player in that game for me. 2 assists, ran them ragged. I thought, actually, when Ekitike did come on for Isak, he was kind of playing in this central role here, which I really enjoyed. I think people associate Chiesa with playing off the wing and using his pace, and yeah, he could play off the right, and that is definitely a team. Maybe you could have a Wirtz in there. That's a team I would like to see. I think Salah, right now, isn't particularly immortal in this team. I know he is, but right now, you've probably got to look at his performances and say, well, hold on, Chiesa's playing better than you. Chiesa's playing as good as Salah, if not better. Does he start over him? Salah's Salah, though, so he probably doesn't. That's why I've got Salah playing. I think that's a good thing, by the way. I like Salah in the Champions League. I've never, ever wanted to drop him in a Champions League fixture. So I've got Chiesa through the middle. I think it could look something like that. We've seen something like that previously. This season, a 4-2-2-2, if you like. In the previous game, we played a 4-2-2-2 to go all FIFA formation on you. But Wirtz were kind of off the left half space there. I think Gakpo plays. Excuse me. Gakpo hasn't played 2 games in a row, right? He hasn't started, sorry. Because Ngamoa played in Cup and then Wirtz played there. Yeah, so Gakpo will play this game, in my opinion. If he doesn't play this game and he's not started 3 games in a row, that's very telling, in my opinion. Gakpo is one of my... Gakpo, Gomez, Gravenberch, Salah, Ekitike, and Van Dijk are my nails on for this game. They will play. It's the Chiesas, the Jones, the left-back and... That's probably it, to be fair. Who might not play. There's a core team here. And for me, Chiesa should be part of it. He deserves a start. I think it could be something like this. Chiesa towards the right-hand side, linking up. I thought some really good link-up with Isak. Obviously got the assist to him as well. Really hungry, really tunnel vision towards the goal. That's something that we need, in my opinion. We're way too relaxed on the ball. And I think actually a mixture of Jones keeping the ball, a mixture of Szoboszlai's physical attributes getting forward, and a mixture of Chiesa's off-the-ball attributes, making these runs in behind, getting on one of these balls from Jones that he plays, getting on one of these crosses from... Where's the ball? You can't even see this. Assume the box is like there. Can you see that? One of these balls from Gakpo in there to the back post. Chiesa definitely getting on top of that. I mean, he scored from a ball over the top in the previous game. I think this is such a live wire of a striker, and we've caught him at a really good point in his career where he's so hungry to get in this team. Even though he's been held back by team selections and injuries, he's still raring to go. He's still got the goal the other day. He's still got the 2 assists the week before. He's still scored against Bournemouth. This is a player in prime hunger. He's been starved, Chiesa. And Ekitike plays because simply I think he just didn't play on the weekend. And Isak maybe gets a bit of a rest here. Comes on for half an hour. Obviously travels. The whole team travels. Wirtz comes on for me. And I think actually you've got to play it in terms of game states and get team 1 and team 2, I think is very fair. If you start... I mean, listen, second half, I think we could play something like this. I think Chiesa could play the full 90 because I don't think he'll play in the league. So he could play a full 90 there. I think Wirtz, if he does come off, Wirtz will play for him. But I think Wirtz might go off the left here. And we go for something like this. 2. I think McAllister will feature at some point. I think it'll be McAllister starts and Jones comes on here. But I think McAllister might, you know what I mean? Just take a pinch of salt. 4-4-2. I think there's a world in which we end the game like that, personally. I'd love to see what you guys think in the comments. Do let me know. And I don't see a problem with this at all. I think maybe Salah could come off for a Frimpong off the right. If we're winning, going a bit more defensive here, I think that could be the option. Kirk is obviously coming on man for man. And maybe Konate, I would just try not to play him, personally. Endo obviously comes on if you're trying to see the game out. That's the team for me. Chiesa starts, Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo off the left. Jones, for me, starts in midfield next to Gravenberch, of course. Not even spoken about him, but he's just like the first name on sheet right now. He's amazing. For me, at the left is Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, and Szoboszlai, and goalkeeper is Alisson. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. I appreciate this is a very disjointed video, but hopefully they should be fighting back. Come on, George. Hang on in there, mates. Nice one, guys. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.